All right, what's up, guys? KAMIKAZE-FOX here, coming to you from, this is Malaysia, not Singapore. So I put the wrong title in the broadcast. Technical difficulties this morning. So we were going to broadcast to the IRL YouTube page, but because we've never actually did a live stream to the IRL YouTube page, it won't allow us to do it for 24 hours. So it's broadcast on mine, and I put it in as the Singapore Grand Prix, which is my mistake. SRL did Singapore yesterday. IRL is doing Malaysia today. IRL actually did Singapore their last time at round 10. So we'll get caught up with that here in a moment as I continue to try and get situated here. So I apologize about the technical difficulties, and I apologize for people that were looking for it on the IRL YouTube channel, and instead it is on mine for now. We've got Lewis Marshall checking in on the live chats. He is an IRL SRL driver. However, there are some rumors that he may be stepping aside, taking a break from the action, so to say. I have not gotten official word from anybody yet, but hopefully Lewis will stick around for the IRL and SRL, and if not, we will certainly wish him well on his next endeavor. So we've got 18 drivers today here in Malaysia. I know the live stream says Singapore, that was last time out, and you were taking a look here at Ethan Croft. He is in McLaren Honda. Some of the drivers I am not completely familiar with. The ZRE Flows, as it is said. That is Luke Davies. Take a look at him right here. He is in the Red Bull. Tyler Thomas. That is possibly Tyler Bickerstaff or Jack Tyler, or maybe it is just Tyler Thomas. He's in the Scuderia Ferrari. Let's see here. A caution in Sector 2. And it looks like that was, Honda PA is done for the day. Looks like he's broken the right front suspension on his Williams, so he's done for the day. Let's see, Blizzard 53, that's Matthew Alder in the other Ferrari. Let's see, Beastie Kids, that's Louis Quinlan in the Haas. SX White, that is Gabriel Ryan. He did race before. We got another caution in Sector 3, and this time it looks like it is... and Cameron Weston Edwards is out of qualifying, unfortunately. You see the times now being set. As we pick up Tyler Thomas here. See, we see the Louis Quinlan is Beastie Kids. Thomas goes off. Shark Box one in the pits. Zexer, that is Andre Sauerhog. Thank Darren Jorge Carrera. Brandon Glover, who is second in the championship. And Saba. So let's get to the action. Again, I'm still trying to get situated a little bit here. Super Guy NL. That is Goncalves, I believe. 131.088. Got another caution in Sector 3. Matthew Alder is 9/10 of a second off. And Gabriel, who is actually a two-time winner in IRL history. He hasn't been here with us this year, but he had been joined in previous seasons. He's got 2 wins. Aguera is 132.7. Everything No Zero, currently running 5th with a 134. Wasted times. Oh no, and I think he's gone off. Ooh. Just as we switch to him. This is Ethan Croft, I believe. So Croft is done for the day. We were going to go to wasted times. That's Suparatini in the Sahara Force India. So this is Davies. And Croft, even though he set the 8th fastest time, he's done for the day. So we've already had 3 accidents in qualifying. We've got Ethan Croft out, Honda PA, and Cameron Weston Edwards. Trying to pick up Jorge Carrera now in the Red Bull. He's currently running 6th. You got Sourhog and Darren out on their out laps. And it looks like 8 of the drivers have yet to set a time. Now, Davies was out on the track. He's in the other Red Bull. Not sure if he's on a fast lap or not. He's got the DRS slot open. We've got another caution in Sector 3. And you can see bits and pieces laying out in the middle of the track back there. So Davies does set the time. He's 11th fastest behind Suparatini. We'll pick up Sourhog and the other Scuderia Toro Rosso. So he's going to come across the line. We'll see what kind of time he can set. He is out on these super softs. So here at Malaysia, again, I know the stream says Singapore, but it is Malaysia. We'll try and get that fixed as we take a look here at Sourhog trying to set his fast time. 3 minutes and 30 seconds to play in the qualifying session, and currently Goncalves is your pole sitter, followed by Matthew Alder. So just to get you caught up a little bit, the last time IRL had a league race was round 10 at Singapore, where Matthew Alder pretty much dominated the weekend. Qualified the fastest, had the fastest lap, finished first. He hit the Grand Slam. Felix Naguar, who's your championship points leader, ended up finishing second. And Cameron Weston Edwards, who has not had a win this year, but has managed to keep himself in championship contention by finishing on the podium in almost every single race. He's third in points. Felix Naguar is the points leader. Brandon Glover is second in points. He's 15 points behind Naguar, so he would definitely be looking to set a good finish today. He's currently 5th in qualifying. And then Matthew Alder, who has gone on a tear since joining the league, he's actually 4th in points. So he's starting to creep into the picture a little bit. So Matthew Alder already has 3 poles, 2 wins coming into this league, and Sourhog dives into the pits, doesn't set a time, so that's going to be disappointing for him. Take a look at Aguera. That is a factory Renault, and it looks like Thomas is now retired from the session. What has happened to him? Oh my goodness! And another big off, and he's in the middle of the track, and I don't know if he collected the wall or got with somebody. Oh my goodness! And now Saba is done! Oh my goodness! You can't even see Saba's car. He ran right into the side of Thomas's car. Unbelievable. So now he's got no time set. Wow. What an interesting qualifying session we have had. And 1:30 to go. And the caution in Sector 3 is pretty much going to null and void any hot laps that anybody's on. Brandon Glover has now retired from the session. Looks like he's just calling it a day. He'll settle for 5th fastest overall right now. So Thomas looks like he hit the back. His back end slipped out, and he hit the wall. And Saba came along and took himself out with him. So quite an interesting qualifying session. Less than a minute to go. I mean, flying laps will count, but with the caution in Sector 2, hopefully the car's cleared up by now. We pick up Goncalves. Looks like he's followed by one of the Red Bulls. So Goncalves, who's 9/10 of a second faster. I don't think anybody's going to have anything for him. It looks like Beastie Kids is calling it a day. Louis Quinlan, he is pulled off in this Haas. We're going to pick up Matthew Alder real quick. He is going to try and set a fastest lap. Goncalves has already gone past most of this mess. There we've got Sandro Julius checking in with us on the live stream. Always a welcome addition. President of the SRL Racing League. That is the Sandro Racing League. And while there are many SRL leagues, there is only one Sandro Racing League. They raced yesterday in Singapore, which is why I've messed up the title for this live stream. So SRL raced in Singapore yesterday. That was a very entertaining race. And it looks like the IRL today here at Sepang is also going to be entertaining. We've already had a mess of issues in the qualifying session. So it looks like Super Guy NL, that's going to be Goncalves. He is your pole sitter, followed by Matthew Alder in the Ferrari. We've had a few drivers that had some offs. Gabriel Ryan is your third place qualifier. Just trying to make some notes here. So here is the running order, and it looks like, oh my, look at that. Matthew Alder at the last second there does pick up the pole position. 4/10 of a second faster than Goncalves. So Matthew Alder picks up his, looks like his third pole position of the year. Fourth pole position in a row, actually. He's followed by Goncalves, Aguera in the Renault. Gabriel Ryan fourth. Oh my goodness. And, yeah, have you seen that one before? They're just going to dump the cars on the track. So here we go for the installation lap. And we'll run down the running order with you here. Matthew Alder is your pole sitter in the Ferrari. He's followed by Goncalves in the Scuderia Toro Rosso. Aguera in the factory Renault. SX White, that is going to be returning driver Gabriel Ryan. Gabriel has a couple of wins in IRL history and a pole position. Little piece is Jorge Carrera in the Red Bull Renault. Dank Darren, he is going to be in the Sahara Force India, followed by Everything No Zero in the Williams. Louis Quinlan in the Haas. Sue Pottertini in the other Sahara Force India is ninth. And ZRE Flows, that is going to be Luke Davies. He's in the other Red Bull. Ethan Croft crashed in qualifying. Brandon Glover is 12th. Shark Boxhorn, 13th in the McLaren Honda. Tyler Thomas is in the other Ferrari. And he had wrecked in qualifying as well. Honda PA also crashed. He's on mediums, so he's going to try a very first long stint, and it looks like he was having some control issues already on the installation lap. He's 15th. Sandro Racing couldn't set a good enough time. Got himself sitting in 16th, and Cameron Weston Edwards starting in the back at 17th, and Saba, who was involved with that crash in qualifying with the Ferrari of Tyler Thomas. So those are your 18 drivers. So it'll definitely be an interesting race. Cars are going to line up. Here we go. Agara is starting in third. That is Reese Bibby. Trying to check my notes. Get some of these guys' names right. Alright, so the grid is set. Let's get ready to call it. Lights out, time to run what you brung. Going to make the run down the front stretch as they fan out. Matthew Alder holding back Bibby and Goncalves. Oh my God, here comes one of the Red Bulls in hot. Look, that might have been, it's Carrera, and he's made contact with his teammate. And we've got guys dropping like flies here in the back. It's a melee. Pick up Louis Quinlan, he's been shuffled to the back. And Brandon Glover, oh no, and Ethan Croft has gone around. He's lost control. He's lost his wing, banged off the wall. Shark Boxhorn, he's around. Brandon Glover has gone around. Oh, and Boxhorn's coming back across the track in reverse. Unbelievable. And now we've got, oh no, we've got another car around. This is one of the Sahara Force Indias. This is Louis Quinlan, it looks like. Not Quinlan. That was Beastie Kids. That is Quinlan. Haas left the session. Oh no, and Shark Boxhorn. He has crashed. He is done for the day, and I hate to say it, I'm not surprised. Unfortunate turn of events for him once again. I feel like if Shark Boxhorn didn't have bad luck, he would have no luck at all. Reese Bibby now is off in the factory Renault, and he is done for the day as well. So, oh my goodness, just the first few opening laps. And a 5-second stop and go penalty for Beastie Kids. Uh-oh, Dank has now retired from the session. What's happened to him? His car is slowing off the pace. Possibly internet connection or just calling it a day. So it's the opening lap, and we already have 3 DNFs. Now, Louis Quinlan has managed to rejoin the session. He has not regained control of the car yet. So we're going to take a look back up front because Goncalves is now breathing down the neck of Matthew Alder for the lead of this race. These two have pulled away from the rest of the pack. These two are 5 seconds ahead of everybody else. So we've got cautions all over the place. Sectors 2, Sectors 3, we've got guys heading into the pits for wing changes. Ooh, look at that. Goncalves runs a little wide there. And Honda PA has left the session. His car has gone ghost, and he is out on intermediates. So, yeah, there's an issue there. Oh, no. Goncalves is starting to lose pace here to Matthew Alder. Just a lap ago, we've got a caution in Sector 2 again. So quite an opening lap, and it looks like Alder's now starting to settle into his pace. He's now pulled out over a second from Goncalves. And if we take a look back here, we've got the battle for third is between Gabriel Ryan and Everything No Zero. My apologies for not knowing who that is. If somebody wanted to give me a name, that'd be great. Oh, and they bang wheels as they come down the front stretch. Oh, and they're going to bang wheels again. Oh, Ryan gets pushed wide. He hangs tough, locks up the right front, dive bombs him, bangs his right front back into him. These guys are going wheel to wheel. Oh, he pushes him to the side. Oh, no, he pushes him off. That is definitely going to be under review. A little too aggressive there, and that does not look like it was defending. That looks like it was pure pushing. So everything no zero, definitely being a little over aggressive. As you see, he is now pushed Ryan off the track. Ryan's lost pace, and he is falling into the clutches of Jorge Carrera and Sandro Sauerhog. We'll take a look at this battle. Sauerhog is in the Scuderia Toro Rosso. He's all over the back of Carrera now. You see him trying to take different lines, trying to find a way around Carrera. Oh, and he's a little bit of counter steer coming through that corner. Oh, and it goes in deep. Oh, and he gives him the bump. And he's going to be in DRS range as they come down the front stretch. He's got to run. He's got the inside line. He's going to put the move on Carrera and get around him. Carrera's not done, though. He's trying to do a crossover. Nice job there by Sauerhog. And now he can focus his sights on Gabriel Ryan for 4th place. So we're going to take a look back at Saba now. Saba, who had that incident in qualifying, he's worked his way up to 7th. He is now in the back of Carrera. It looks like somebody had gone off in the grass there. Oh, no, that's one of the Williams. Oh, that's everything no zero. So he's gone around. He has lost positions. He has dropped down to 8th at this point. So that will give Gabriel Ryan the 3rd place that he was fighting him for earlier in the race. We're going to take a look back here at Saba as we pick this battle up again. He's still working on the back of Carrera. Oh, this is such a fast track. And in IRL, much like in the SRL and much like in real life, this will be the last year for Sepang to be on the IRL calendar. As you see, Goncalves is now set the fastest lap, and we're going to pick that battle up because he is all over the back of Matthew Alder. As he tries to work the outside heading into turn 1, it looks like. They're going to go side by side through turn 2. Crossover move by, oh, it's so close. Crossover move by Goncalves, couldn't make it stick. Alder holds him off. We've got a caution in sector 2. Looks like that might be Tyler Thomas's car. These two are going back and forth. Goncalves, I didn't think had the pace. Matthew Alder had over a 1 second lead on top of Goncalves, but he's managed to work his way back to the rear bumper, and he is all over the back of him. So it looks like Goncalves has regained his composure, and he's trying to set him up, possibly force him into a mistake. It's very tight going through there. You don't want to give him the chrome horn too many times. You don't want to have wing damage. So the DRS slot is open. So we jump on board as he heads down into the final turn here. Bust this U-turn and go out back onto the front stretch. He's got the DRS slot open again. Alder's going to take the more defensive line, try and make him work the long way round. And Kasiko 890 has joined, and that is Vito Delev. Kasiko Delev has not been with us for quite a few races at this point. I guess he's just watching. These two continue to battle it out. Now 12 seconds behind this battle, since these two are off in their own zip code. Gabriel Ryan is running a solid third place. He's got a 1.8 second lead over Sandre Sauerhog. Saba has managed to work his way up to 5th. Jorge Carrera is 6th. Now Cameron Weston Edwards has managed to work his way up into 7th. We've got a caution in Sector 3. Looks like that might have been a quick on-off. Edwards started at the back of the pack, didn't set a qualifying time, so he's managed to work his way up to 7th. Supartini is in 8th. Tyler Thomas 9th. Luke Davies in 10th. Those are your top 10 points paying positions. Behind them is Everything No Zero. He was running 3rd, had an off in his Williams. Brandon the Man Glover, unfortunate turn of events. He has not gained a whole lot of time or positions from the start of this race. He started at 12th. He's currently sitting at 12th. And he's 2nd in the championship point standings behind Felix Naguar. Naguar's not racing today, so it would have been great for Brandon to try and close that gap. But it looks like the only guy that's closing the gap right now is going to be Matthew Alder and Sebastian Goncalves, as those two are off and running in their own world right now. Ethan Croft is 13th. Honda PA is 14th. And Louis Quinlan is 15th. You've got 3 cars out. Reese Bibby, Dank Darren, and Shark Boxhorn have all crashed, and that was all on the opening lap. So it looks like things have settled down for the time being, as Goncalves has backed off a little bit. We'll see if he makes another run at him in the next lap or two. And Vito Delev has left the session. He's not racing, so no big deal. Sorry, I went silent there only for a minute. Had to plug my headset in because it's getting ready to die. So Alder has now moved his gap up to 1.5 seconds over Goncalves. So it looks like this battle has settled for the time being. We're going to pick up Tyler Thomas and Supartini. This is your closest battle on the track right now. That's Thomas in the Ferrari, runs wide going through that corner. Right behind him. So this is a 3-way battle. Oh, and the back end kicks out, and look at this. Davies is going to take advantage of it and get by him. So nice move by Davies. So now Davies is going to try and close the gap to Supartini, who was under threat there from Thomas. And he's just dived in the pits. We've got Shark Boxhorn joining us. Hopefully you'll be able to hear him on the stream. But Shark, once again, man, we're having too many of these conversations. What happened today?
Well, I don't know whether it was a setup, but I just couldn't stick to the track. So when I came around one of the corners, span, and then I carried on driving afterwards. And then I just noticed my teammate seemed to be stopped on the track. So then I lost a little bit of concentration and accelerated too early. Just by like a split second, and it spun me and I smacked into the wall.
So a lack of grip again. It looks like a lot of the drivers were complaining about grip. Did you have the same issues in qualifying, just a lack of grip there too?
It was not as bad, but it was still there.
So unfortunate for you, another DNF to tack on to the tally for the season. So we look forward. Are you going to be back for the next race?
Most likely, yeah.
Well, we certainly wish you the best of luck. The next conversation I want to have with you is about a race finish and not a DNF.
Thank you.
So that was Shark Boxhorn. He's one of the McLaren drivers, fortunately out of the race again today. As we pick up the action, we're going to caution in Sector 3. Looks like this might be Everything No Zero again off the track in his Williams. So it looks like he's struggling to find, you heard Shark speak, he was having trouble with grip, and it looks like everything knows here is having trouble with grip here. It looks like he started on mediums, he's now pitted and put on the softs. Still having trouble trying to maintain control of that car. So we pick up the battle for the lead here again. Goncalves is still trying to find a way around the ever-elusive Matthew Alder. You see these guys are both on super softs. The gap's still hanging around 7/10 to a second. And it's really interesting to see that time fluctuate a little bit, because that pretty much determines that Alder and Goncalves, they're not on the same pace. Alder's faster in certain parts of the track, and Goncalves is faster in other parts of the track. So it's kind of cool to see that gap change. And you can see he's going to dive into the pits now, Goncalves is. So Alder is going to take off. So that should hand over second place to Gabriel Ryan in the Sauber. He is going to head into the pits as well. Let's see what Jorge Carrera does as he comes down to the end of the backstretch. And Carrera is going to try and stretch it a little bit. So Carrera should pick up. It'll be close as he comes down the stretch. Goncalves is coming out of the pits now. You see the Sauber pitted there. That was Gabriel Ryan. It looks like Goncalves is going to hang on to it for a second. Here comes Carrera. And he's within a second of Goncalves. And Goncalves is going to start pulling the gap on him out to 1.5 seconds. So he's on mediums. Look at this. Mediums on the Scuderia Toro Rosso. He's going to try and run this down to the end. That is going to be... Oh, and you see Carrera goes off there. Drops the left side tires off of the grass. So interesting strategy now by Goncalves is he's going to try and make this a one-stopper. He's going to stretch the mediums to the end. And I think that may cost him here... A lot of these drivers are struggling with grip, and the mediums are not going to provide the grip that he needs. So we're going to see what happens here. We've got a caution in sector 2 as Matthew Alder hits the pits. Let's see what tires he puts on. And he's got enough time. He should come out in front of Goncalves still. Pit stop delta is pretty close, about 23 to 25 seconds depending on the stop. Now Alder's also going to go on medium, so he's going to play the same strategy as Goncalves. And Ethan Croft now. Oh my goodness. And another big wreck. Big time crash for Ethan Croft. So real quick, we're going to pick up the battle for the lead. And there's a 5-second stop and go penalty for Jorge Carrera for speeding in the pit lane. He'll serve that on his way in. And you see that pit stop delta was pretty close. About 23 seconds, Alder comes out in front of Goncalves by about a second. Now, Goncalves' tires are up to temperature, so he should be able to close the gap a little bit. Saba has just set the fastest lap, and he is currently running 6th. So both of these guys are putting on a show. They're both on the medium tires. Alder has been able to hold off Goncalves this whole race. These guys are both proving to be very fast. The gap, I mean, you can see it there. It's a car length of a gap. Half a car length at the most. Tries to cut to the inside. Look at this. Dive bombs, gets down in there. Alder's going to try a crossover move. Goncalves gets the power down. Alder gets a better run coming out of the corner, and now it's a drag race down the backstretch here. Oh! It looks like Louis Quinlan has left the session. Probably an internet issue. 3-second stop and go penalty. I'm sorry, 3-second time penalty for everything goes zero in the Williams corner cutting as we continue to watch this battle here. Goncalves finally gets away around him. Now, can he pull away from Alder? Or is Alder going to battle with him the way Goncalves battled with Alder? Same scenario, just swap positions. And in the midst of this, Cameron Weston Edwards, just as a quick note, has managed to work his way up to third. He hasn't pitted yet, but he's managed to work his way up to third. He's about 10 seconds behind this battle, so another good run for him. Here they come around that corner so fast, you see he drops the left side tires on the grass just a little bit. And now Goncalves is starting to stretch his legs a little bit, just ever so slightly pull that gap on Alder by a little bit. And Louis Quinlan has rejoined the session. He's clearly having some internet issues today. His car is currently running in 13th, almost a lap behind these two. See, the DRS slot is open. We've got a caution in Sector 2 again. Alder trying to work a way around. Now, another quick note, Brandon Glover has finally managed to work his way into the points. He's currently running 9th. That's not going to do a lot to close the gap to Felix Naguar. We've got a caution in Sector 3. Alder's going to try and go the long way around. We're still seeing that caution in Sector 3. Going to check on Sandro Sauerhog real quick. That was Sandro Sauerhog and the other Scuderia Toro Rosso. He's battling with Gabriel Ryan for the 4th spot. Matthew Alder, these guys are both putting on the show. They're both on mediums. They've been 1 and 2 in one way or another throughout the whole course of the race. They started 1-2. Alder picked up his 4th pole position of the season, his 4th pole position in a row. Goncalves, who had a good run in the middle of the season, starting at the Austria A1 ring, has proven to be very fast. And again, caution in Sector 3. Alder comes out of there a little sideways. He's got the DRS slot open. Just can't get enough speed to make a move on the Scuderia Toro Rosso. See, he's trying a little bit different lines than Goncalves. His lines are about a half a car length off, left or right. See if he can try and make a move, and he's going to try and go the long way around now. Oh, and they bang wheels. Alder tries to muscle his way into the inside. He's going to try and push Goncalves out wide. Goncalves hangs tough. Closes the door on him. Oh, and these two are just going blow for blow right now. You see the lap car of the Williams there. That's everything no zero, done for the day. Actually, I don't think that was everything no zero. That might have been Honda PA. Regardless, oh, and he gives him a little bump heading into the corner. Oh, why does it go out the back? I don't want to look at the back of the car. Side by side heading down the back stretch. It's a drag race. He's going to try and go the long way around now. You can hear him working that throttle, trying to get on it. They bang wheels again. Side by side. He's got the inside line. He's got his DRS slot open. He's going to be able to make the move. And now Goncalves is going to fall to the clutches. He's going to try a crossover move now. And Matthew Alder is back out in front. So, but the battle is not over between these two as we continue to watch this unfold. Working lap 15 of 28. We're a little over halfway distance now. I'd love to show you some other drivers, but this is the closest battle on the track, and it's for the lead. You definitely want to stick with that while we can. But just to give you a quick rundown, Gabriel Ryan has worked his way up to third. Saba is fourth. Cameron Weston Edwards is fifth. Luke Davies is sixth. Brandon Glover seventh. Supar TD eighth. Sandre Sauerhog is ninth. And Everything No Zero is 10th. Jorge Carrera, Tyler Thomas, Louis Quinlan, and Honda PA. As you see, Goncalves is going to make a move on the outside now. Alder's going to try and push him wide a little bit. Oh, he pushes him wide. Goncalves has to back off for just a second. Drag race down the front stretch. Oh, and they bang wheels again. Oh, and he dive bombs him and they bang wheels. He definitely goosed it for that one. Looks like there might have been a little bit of intent on that one. Good hard racing. Oh, and he dives in. Oh, and they bang wheels again. That was a late move, but a good move. He couldn't make it stick. Alder's going to push him wide again as these two are going back and forth. Oh, and Goncalves is going to make it through the S's. He comes out in front. And he tries to cut across Alder. Alder's got the better line. Crossover move by Goncalves. And these two are going back and forth, corner for corner now. Side by side as they head down to the next series of corners. Alder's going to try the crossover move. He puts the power down early. Goncalves pushes him to the outside. Unbelievable racing by these two folks. Another crossover by Alder. He can't make it work here. Through the next set of S's, almost side by side. And now Alder's going to be on the outside. They bang wheels again. Oh, and Alder's in the grass. Oh, and he couldn't get the power down soon enough on that one. Going to take another run at it. Sweeps to the outside, cuts across. He tries to shut the door on him. Goncalves was there, but now he's got the preferred line headed in. Goncalves brake checks, swings back out, does the crossover move, gets the power back down early, swings to the outside. And Goncalves now working the back of Alder, dives down to the inside again. They made contact here last time by. They're going to do it again as he pushes him out the left side. Wheels drop into the grass. And now Alder is back in second place. Goncalves retakes the lead. They got a caution in sector 3. Oh no, and it's Jorge Carrera. Real quick. Oh my goodness, the car was flipped over. Not sure what happened there, but the car was flipped and came rolling over. So Carrera's done for the day. We're going to go back to the lead now. Carrera was running 10th. Unfortunate turn of events for him. I'm not sure what happened. Go back to the battle for the lead now. Alder is working on the back of Goncalves. These two have been racing very hard with each other and very clean for the most part. Alder kind of gives him a little bump and run there, pushes him to the outside. Goncalves tries to do the crossover move. He's going to swing outside. Luckily for Alder, he had the DRS activation zone before he hit the straight, so he had that little bit of an advantage. And now he's going to be able to pull away because he was behind Goncalves as they hit the activation zone, but he made the pass before the DRS zone itself. So that gave him a little bit of advantage. And these two are going to start coming up on lap traffic now. Be interesting to see if that plays its part in anything that's going on. Looks like you've got one ghost car and one actual car out on track there. Now Matthew Alder, these two are separated a little bit, and things have calmed down for a moment. We've got 10 laps to go in this race as they come across the Sahara Force India. I'm going to have to assume that's possibly Supartini? Or is that Honda? Oh, well, the Sahara Force India wisely moves out of the way. Whoever it was. So what an exciting event here today here at Sepang. Two things have surprised me so far. No rain and no safety car. It looks like the skies are clear, so doesn't look like we'll get a surprise shower, which has been very common here in the past. So you've got Matthew Alder as your leader. Sebastian Goncalves running second. Gabriel Ryan has showed up. He's making his debut of the year. He is a former IRL driver and he's won 2 races in the past. He's making his 2017 debut. He is up to third. Saba is up to fourth. Saba had that fortunate accident in qualifying, but has managed to work his way up to fourth. Cameron Weston Edwards has worked his way up to fifth after starting last on the field. Saba just set the fastest lap as well. Luke Davies is currently sixth. Brandon Glover is seventh, and they are actually battling now. Looks like Alder's pulling out, so we're going to pick up Brandon Glover real quick here. Glover is only about half a second behind of Davies, and Glover is your second in the points championship behind Felix Naguar. Naguar is not in the race today. Brandon Glover came into the race 15 points behind. I'm sure he was hoping to put on a better show and try and close that gap as much as he could. Seventh is not going to be that beneficial to him. If they finish the way they do now, Naguar would still have the points lead at the end of this race. So he's trying to close the gap down to Luke Davies, as Matthew Alder has pulled out to a 1.3 second lead over Goncalves. So things have settled down for a moment at the front. And this here now is your closest battle on track. Glover gets a great run coming out of that corner. You see, he is on the softs, the super softs, that is, while Davies is on the mediums, and Glover is going to try and make a run down here. He's got the better line. Ooh, Davies shuts the door on him, but he runs wide a little bit. Glover tries to put the power down, spins the wheels, it looks like, can't get it going. So Glover, who's going to want as many points as he can get today to try and close that gap to Felix Naguar. Right now he is all over the back. He gets a good run coming out of that corner. He's going to have the DRS advantage as they head down the backstretch here. He's got the inside line. He's got the more preferred line. Oh, and look at this. Oh, they just touch a little bit. And Davies does not want to give up the spot. Davies is putting up quite the fight. And while these two are doing this, Sandro Sauerhog has creeped his way into the picture there down the back, in the background of the front stretch there. Oh, and they bang wheels again, right front to left rear. Davies is hanging tough on the outside, makes it work, and we're about to have ourselves a three-way battle for 6th place. Back up front, Matthew Alder has now pulled out to a 2.5 second lead over Goncalves with 8 laps remaining. I'm going to say Goncalves possibly overworked his tires over top of Alder, but it certainly put up a good fight. Now we've got a three-way battle for 6th here. We're focusing it on Brandon Glover. He's in the Petronas Mercedes. Luke Davies is in the Red Bull Renault, and Sandro Sauerhog has caught these two, and he has now become a part of this battle as well. So you see there, now Brandon is the only one on the Super Softs out of these three. Davies running the mediums, Sauerhog running the mediums, and look back there. That is everything no zero. He is also starting to creep into this picture. We're about to have a 4-way battle for the 6th spot. And this is starting to look more like the start of a race than the end of a race with the way they're fanning out going down the front and back stretch. Brandon Glover's got the inside line now. They bang wheels once again. He tries to push him wide, and Sourhawk's going to try and take advantage. Davies tries to put the bumper to Glover. Oh, and a crossover move by Glover. And Sourhawk's going to try and take advantage of all of them. And now here comes Saba. And what a move by Sourhawk. He picks up 2 positions in 1 quarter. And he is out in front of the battle. Went from 8th to 6th. Amazing move by Sourhawk. And in the midst of all this, Glover has now dropped back to, well, he's flip-flopping between. Oh, and Davies goes in hot and he hits the back of. Oh, and it's done. He's spun. Bad move, and Glover now is going to have wing damage because of that. Davies went in way too hot. And the 2 drivers that come out on top of this is going to be Sandro Sourhawk and the Scuderia Toro Rosso. And everything knows 0 in the Williams. So Sourhawk just got my vote for overtake of the day, picking up 2 spots to go from 8th to 6th. Brandon Glover has got to be frustrated, and I'm sure he's got wing damage. He drops the right front to the grass. Hopefully he can collect his composure and get back to it. Davies went in way too hot. Oh no, and Brandon Glover has retired from the session. Oh no. Is that an internet issue, or is it a coincidental rage quit? What has happened here? Davies into the pits. He's going to get his wing swap to put on another set of tires to close out this race. So that's going to hand over 9th place to Supartini, and Tyler Thomas and the other Ferrari will be able to move up into the 10th place, last points paying position. So unfortunate for Brandon Glover. Sebastian Goncalves is now 11.5 seconds behind Matthew Alder, and Goncalves has express. Oh no, and we've got Aguera. That's Reese Bibby. He has left the session. He crashed long ago. So Goncalves has expressed his displeasure with this league on the chat. Is it really the league, or frustrated because he couldn't pull away from Alder? Whatever it was, it made for good racing for a handful of laps. So we'll give you a grid rundown. Matthew Alder is your leader, and he is definitely out and running in his own race at this point. Goncalves is 12.5 seconds behind. You go another 12 seconds behind him, you pick up Saba in the Sauber. Gabriel Ryan in 4th, so a good day for Sauber, 3rd and 4th. Cameron Weston Edwards, he's managed to work his way up to 5th after starting last. Sandro Sourhawk, he is 6th, but everything knows 0 has started to close the gap to him in the battle for 6th. This is your closest battle on track. Gabriel Ryan is currently 8th, Supartini 9th, and Tyler Thomas 10th. And we're going to go back and pick up the battle between the Williams of 0 and the Red Bull Scuderia Toro Rosso, my apologies, of Sourhawk. And Sandro just dropped the left side wheels a little bit. It's going to cost him a little bit of time. And here comes No Zero. He's going to try and make a move to the inside. Oh, Sandro's going to try and close the door on him. Very tight racing. We've seen that a lot today. Here we go. 0 trying to put the pressure on Sandro. Oh, and Sandro looks like he cut wide a little bit and gave up the position. Oh, and he's off into the dirt. Oh, no. So Sandro, after getting my vote for overtake of the day, has made the mistake of the day. And he is going to fall to the clutches Looks like this is Goncalves looking. Looks like he's working on the back of Gabriel Ryan. Ryan should move to the side. So Goncalves is trying to get by the lap car of Gabriel Ryan. I'm sorry, Luke Davies. So unfortunate for Sandro, he still retains the 7th position. But No Zero made the move and picked up the 6th spot. So we've got 5 cars out now. Brandon Glover, Jorge Carrera, Ethan Croft, Reese Bibby, Dank Darren, and Shark Boxhorn all out of this race. And still waiting to hear what had happened with Brandon Glover. So in the grand scheme of things, at this point, Matthew Alder is actually going to be, if he picks up this win, he's going to be very clear in some championship points contention. I believe he had 80 points on the year, so he'll pick up another 25. That'll put him at the 105. So that'll move him up to, should be 3rd in the points. It'll be close between him and Cameron Weston Edwards. Now, Edwards doesn't have a win this year, but he's put in a lot of really solid drives. He had a string of podium finishes that he was able to put together. So he's really kept himself in points contention with a lot of hard drives like this coming from the back of the field. Does not qualify well, but is able to move his way up through the field, and he's a very aggressive defender, so he's hard to get by. So he's putting in a good drive today to work his way up to 5th. Again, we've talked about Sandro a little bit. He had that off, and he remains in 7th. Had a great move to get up to 6th. So the laps wind down. This is Matthew Alder. He's up to a 22nd plus lead over Sebastian Goncalves. These two went blow for a while. It was really entertaining to watch. You see the tires look like they're starting to give up on Goncalves' car. Starting to get a little bit of front end push, maybe some aero push too with possible wing damage. Saba is in the Sauber. He is 14 seconds behind Goncalves as he runs wide there through that corner. Gabriel Ryan making his debut this year, former IRL driver, put in a good effort in qualifying. He's put on a pretty good show today, worked his way up to 4th. Well, the back end kicks out on him there. We've talked about Edwards and his deal this year. And everything No Zero. I really feel like I should know his name. I know he's been in the league for a little bit this year. Able to put the move on Sandro to get the 6th spot. Sandro 7th. Luke Davies put on a pretty good show earlier in the race. And right now he is actually racing. This is not for position. He's racing with Goncalves though. Goncalves has managed to get around him. But Davies is still hanging tough, keeping pace with him. Stu Partini we haven't talked a whole lot about today. But good solid finish. It's best to stay out of everybody's way and get a couple points for the team and go about your business. Tyler Thomas, he had a wreck at qualifying. Then to pick up the last championship point of the day. Then you've got Louis Quinlan, who looks like he has had some internet issues throughout the course of the day. He's left the session and joined the session a handful of times, unable to regain control of the car, so not a good day for Haas. And Honda PA, again, another driver that I should know. Disconnected at one point. At one point, the car went into the pits, put intermediates on. It's been a mess for this Williams team here today. So again, Brandon Glover is out. Not sure what happened to him, as Matthew Alder has started the final lap of the race. So Brandon Glover is out. Jorge Carrera is out. Ethan Croft, Reese Bibby, Dank Darren, Shark Boxhorn, all going to pick up DNFs today. So Matthew Alder hasn't missed a beat since joining the IRL later this year. Matthew Alder joined in round 8 at Silverstone. Picked up the pole, picked up the win. Then at round 9 he picked up another pole. Round 10 he picked up the pole and he picked up a win. So 4 poles in a row. 3 wins out of 4 races. See him, he'll come across the line. Third win of the year for Matthew Alder. And that is going to put him into some championship points contention. Sebastian Goncalves went blow for blow with him for quite a few laps. It was very exciting. Goncalves has expressed his frustration with the league. And I'm not sure if that's just frustration overall with the actual league or just frustrated because he couldn't get past Alder and pull away. Saba's going to pick up third. Good run for him. Gabriel Ryan will bring home the other Sauber in fourth. And actually, it looks like due to penalties, maybe? Did they switch? Cameron Weston Edwards is going to bring the car home in fifth. And then No Zero is going to bring his Williams home seventh. Or sixth, I'm sorry. Seventh would be Sandro, who put on that amazing move to pass 2 cars to go from 8th to 6th. So he gets the overtake of the day. At least that's my vote. I don't get the final say, but he's got my vote for overtake of the day. Matthew Alder has my vote for driver of the day. And if I could give out another vote, it would be to Cameron Weston Edwards, working his way from last on the grid to 5th. Take a look here at the finishing orders. Matthew Alder, he's won 3 out of the 4 races. Well, 3 out of the last 4 races he's won. 4 straight poles. He's on a tear. Goncalves comes home second. A bit frustrated with Alder's driving. I'm sure there'll be some discussion after the race about some of that. And it looks like due to time penalties, Saba came home third, but because of the time penalties, Gabriel Ryan, in his debut for this year, picks up his first podium finish. Welcome back, Gabriel Ryan, finishing third. Saba fourth, Edwards fifth, No Zero sixth, Sandro is seventh, Luke Davies eighth, Sue Pottertini is ninth, and Tyler Thomas is 10th. So I want to thank everybody for joining me today. I'm going to try and get this race posted onto the actual IRL YouTube page, and hopefully at the next outing, it will be, the live stream will be on the actual IRL page. So, let me see if I can get this straight real quick. There we go. So I want to thank everybody for hanging out today. Be sure to check out the IRL YouTube page for a review on this race and for any other news and notes. You can also watch some of the prior races on my YouTube page, KAMIKAZE-FOX. You can also check out Waffle. He's also does commentating on his own for the IRL League. That's Waffle, kind of like cauliflower, but with a waffle. So it's been a very good video game race weekend for the IRL and SRL. So I want to thank everybody who has watched my streams, the SRL streams, and the IRL streams. So it's been a pleasure. We'll catch you next time.